Hello everyone, it's Dan here from Thomas Road Support. In this video I'm going to take you through the theme options available within Gaze for WordPress. So as with all our themes, the options are handled by the WordPress customizer. You can access this either via the customize link in your admin bar or via appearance and customize in your admin. Now as you can see, it's all very straightforward, should be familiar to anyone who's worked with WordPress before. However, we're going to go through each of these options. Some of them are default to WordPress, and just explain how they all work and what you can expect. So to begin with, at the top here we've got the update settings area, and please refer to your documentation for details on how to set this up. Basically what you can do is use your Envato username and API key to allow for simple automatic updates, a bit like when you download a theme from WordPress.org. It just makes the whole process a lot easier. Below this we've got the site identity area, so you can set your own site title and tagline, as well as upload your own custom favicon. Below this we've got the colours area, now this is where you can choose the accent colour and background colour, so simply pick and choose and change this as you wish. Below this we've got the menu area. Now here I personally prefer to use the dedicated area, but if you want you can set up and create menus via the customizer if you wish. Same as the widget area, you can add and customize your widgets here if you prefer. Personally I'd always suggest to use the dedicated area you'll find under appearance and menus stroke widgets. Just gives you a bit more room to work with, I think, and just makes a bit more sense, but that's entirely up to you. Below this we've got the homepage settings, so this is where you can choose whether to show your latest posts, or if you want to show a static page you can select which page you want as your homepage and blog page. Next up we've got some default WooCommerce options for things like your product images, catalog settings, etc. Below this we've got the additional CSS area. Now if you're a bit of a developer and want to add your own flair or styling to the theme, this is where you can pop your CSS without having to worry about a child theme. Next up we've got the Gaze header settings. This is where you can control the header layout as well as your logo. Now be sure to upload both the light and dark versions to make sure, depending on your header layout, you've got the right logo ready and waiting. Next up we've got the actual header layout option, so this is where you can choose your entire header layout for the global setting for all pages. It's worth putting out you can actually override this on a per page basis as well. We'll go over that in a separate video, but this is essentially where you can select the overall layout for all of your pages, archives, etc. Below this we've got the area where you can activate the search and sidebar toggle. This only applies to certain layouts, so obviously if you've got this set to yes but you're not actually seeing them, then it just means you've chosen a layout which this doesn't apply to, basically. Next up we've got the social settings. This is where you can actually set up your social profiles for the applicable header styles. So if we wanted to see this, we would want to select, say for instance, the light classic header with top bar. You can see the profiles appear in that top bar. And then finally we've got the top bar settings, so as well as social profiles you can set up, you can also customize the telephone number and email address, or leave it blank if you prefer not to have them. Below this we've got the archive settings, so the first up we've got the archive for your team. This is the page which is controlled by WordPress, so it would be whatever your domain is /team by default. Here you can choose the layout that page uses, as well as the title and background image for the title there. And this is also very similar for the blog settings as well, so you've got the blog archive where you can choose what your blog page layout should look like, as well as customize the title and background image used. Before I go, you've actually got the single post settings here as well, so if you prefer to activate or deactivate the sharing buttons and author info, you can do so here. In the portfolio archive settings, much like the team, etc., you can choose the layout that your portfolio archive should show, as well as the title and background image for that title. And then finally we've got the footer settings, which much like the header settings, you can override this on a per page basis, as well as set up separate social icons. It's all very straightforward. You can simply fill in this as you wish. And that's pretty much it. If you do have any questions, then do come see me over at support. Other than that, thanks for watching.